So hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Abhishek on the other side. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon in order to get the latest notification first. So without much further ado, let's start our today's video. So today in this video, we're gonna solve unique parts 3. Now it is a hard level question from LeetCode. I have already made video about unique parts 2 and unique part 1. If you haven't seen that video, you can see that video through the I button. Now let's read out the question. The question states that you are given an m cross n integer array grid where grid I of j could be 1 representing the starting square. There is exactly one starting square. 2 representing the ending square. There is exactly one ending square. 0 representing empty squares we can walk over. -1 representing the obstacles we cannot walk over. Return the number of 4 directional walks from the starting squares to the ending square that walk over every non-obstacle square exactly once. So let's consider this example. So over here we can see that 1 represents the starting square. Over here the starting square is this point, and while the empty spaces is represented by 0. So these are the empty squares, right? And hence here, so each of these are actually nothing but zeros. So you can consider to be 0. So let me just write it up. So this is also 0, this is also 0, and hence this is also 0, right? And now the obstacles are represented by -1, right? So this is one of the obstacles, so we can consider this to be -1. And while the target element or the ending square is considered to be 2, so this is 2, right? Now what we need to do, we need to find such parts such that a robot visits this empty space. We need to consider those parts such that the empty spaces are visited exactly once, right? And that's what this line is saying. Now what is the possible direction a robot can move? A robot can move, and the robot can go to the up, it can also go to the down, it can go to the right, and it can also go to the left, right? So let's see the valid parts the robot can move. The uh, robot can take this part, right? This is one of the valid part because all the empty squares in this parts are visited or exactly once, right? So this is one of the valid part. And another valid part a robot can move is actually, you can consider this also to be one of the valid part. At first the robot goes over here, then it goes over here, then it takes this, and then it takes this, and then this, and finally reaches to this point, right? And hence there are two possible paths such that each of the empty squares is visited exactly once. So you can consider your explanation, or you can also see the explanation also. The same thing is written. So so now let's understand the question with more examples. So let's consider this 3 cross 3 grid, okay? So currently our robot is in this position, that is robot in the position of 0, 0, right? So let me just change the color. Yep. So now currently the robot is over here, right? Now these zeros are nothing but your empty squares, and these -1s are obstacles, right? And this is your target too, right? Mm, Now what the robot can move in 4 direction, right? That is up, down, right, and left, right? So these are the 4 direction the robot can move. So we need to find those parts such that we need to find those parts such that the robot visit each of the empty squares exactly once, right? So one of these parts is that we can go down, right? Then we can go right, then we can go up, then we can go right, finally down and down, right? So this is one of the valid part, right? Is there any other part? I don't think so. So it will be like 1, right? And hence this is the answer. As the question is saying, we need to find the number of valid parts. So first thing first, so let's see what we need to do at first. At first we need to find the number of empty squares. Over here the number of empty squares are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, right? 4, 5. 5 in number. And this is also considered to be one of the safest place for the robot to go, right? And hence we can also consider it is the empty square. Okay, and hence there are total of 6. Okay, now first count the number of safe squares or the empty squares. Okay, so for that what we can do, we can just take a variable. So we can consider to be non-obstacles, which is currently equal to 0. And let me just move through the number of rows, right? So in order to get the number of rows, we can use this formula, this as grid dot size, right? And hence we are going to number of rows, and then we have to traverse through the number through the columns, right? So in order to traverse through the columns, we can use this as grid of I dot size, right? And hence we will be traversing through the columns. After you have traversed the rows and columns, now we need to check whether our grid of I comma j is equal to 0. That is, it is now in the question it is given that 0 represents the empty squares, right? So we can consider it to be non-obs incremented by 1, right? And hence now we have actually got all the empty squares, right? Now again we know that the starting position is also one of the empty square, right? Or the safest place, so we can consider it to be also. So let's consider that also. Now next we know that the robot can move in this 4 direction, right? That is up, down, right and left, right? So currently the robot is over here, right? And if he tries to move up, then what will happen? It will The robot will be somewhere in -1, 0, right? How this cell is present in this grid? No, right? And hence it is invalid, right? And similarly, if the robot is currently over here, right? And if it tries to go towards the left, then what will happen? Then your coordinate will be something like 0, 1, and this is also invalid, right? Similarly, if the robot is over here, right? And if it tries to go right, okay, then what will happen? Then it will then again it will then again the robot will be out of this grid, and this is also invalid. And similarly, if the robot is over here and if it tries to go down, similarly this is also invalid case, right? So we need to check what the so next we need to check the what are these empty, what is the valid cells the robot can go, right? So we need to create something called as isSafe function. So let's code that function at first. Okay, so in order to do the checking, let's create a function, so which is a bool type or boolean, and let's call the function as isSafe, right? In this safe we need to pass parameters as I. Now I'm going to tell the what it is ij, and then we're going to have one m and n, right? And then we're going to check for whether now this I, right, now this I should always be greater than equals to 0, right? Because it represents the it it actually controls the rows, right? And this j should always be also be greater than equals to 0, right? Because if the robot continues to move towards the left, the j will decrement, and right, and then it can become a negative number. Now our I, next our I should be less than m, that is it should be less than the number of rows, right? So this we need to do this again because the robot is going down, right? And next for the, if the robot continues to move towards the right, so we need to do that checking also, that n should be, or n is the actual number of columns and here m is the number of rows, right? So we need to do a checking, like this j should be less than m, right? So we have, so so we have performed two steps, right? So our next step will be like we need to find that path such that the robot visit the empty squares exactly once. Now what does it mean? In our previous example, one of a valid part is this path, right? And in this part you can see that that in this part this robot visit the empty spaces or the empty square exactly once, right? So you can say that this 0 has been visited once, this 0 has been visited once, this 0 has been visited once, this empty squares has been visited once, and this is also visited once, right? And hence, and finally it reaches to the after visiting all the empty squares, it finally reaches to our target, right? And hence this is a one of the valid part, right? So what we need to do is that, so we need to have a temporary, okay, yeah, we need to have a temporary 2D array, okay. So initially, now what is this 2D array? We can consider it to be a visited array also, right? No problem. So in this 2D array, we need to at first make all these cells as 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 and 0, right? And right, so initially it is there 0 representing that this cell is not yet visited, right? So currently the starting point is over here, so we can consider it to be 1, right? Which means that the this cell is visited, right? So so if the if the robot moves down, what will happen? Now this cell will become visited, and hence similarly this will happen as the robot visits each of the cells, right? Now, why we are doing this? We are doing this to have a check for like whether this cell is already visited or not, right? And that's why we have created this 2D array or visited array, you can see. So let's first create this so let's create a visited array. Okay, so you can consider a vector and 2D. It's a 2D vector, right? So so let's name it as visited, right? So now what's the size of it? Now it will be of m cross n, right? So where m is the number of rows. So let's consider number of rows, and then let's consider the number of columns. So hence this visited array is created, right? So let's consider this example, okay? So over here, the number of empty squares are actually 2, right? And if you add 1 to it, that is a 1 is also considered to be one of the safest square, and hence it's a, we are adding it to this, right? So we have total number of 3 safe squares, right? And the visited array would look like this. It will have 0, this is also 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? And since this over is currently in this position, so we can make this as 1, right? So now let's see the recursion tree for this grid. So currently our robot is at the position of 0, 0, right? Now the robot can move in 4 directions. That is, it can go either up, it can go down, it can go right, or it can go left, right? So these are the 4 possible positions the robot can go, right? So the robot is currently over here. If it tries to go up, then it will be out. So this will be invalid, and this is a condition of up, right? If it tries to go down, and then there is a -1 over here, and we know that -1 is obstacle, and robot cannot go to that cell. So this is also invalid. Next, it will try to go. No, this is a down. Okay. If it tries to go to left, sorry, if it tries to go right. Okay. So if it tries to go to right, that is there is a 0 over here. That means it is an empty square, and this is also not visited, right? So it can go towards the right. So if it goes to right, so it will be in the cell of 1, sorry, this will be 0 comma 1, right? So we have the number of empty squares as 3. Okay, now that is 3 empty square, right? Number of empty or separate squares are 3, so we can pass 3 over here, right? So when we have moved to this position, that is this position, now this will be decreased to by 1, and it will be 2, right? Now the next path we will follow is actually the left part, right? Now this is the right one. So if it tries to go left, right, in this direction, then it will begin go out of this box, right? And this is also invalid, right? So and since it is at 0 comma 1, so this will be also treated, right? And it will be 1 updated to 1. Now the currently the robot is in this position. Now if it tries to go up, right, and then again out of the box, so it's invalid. If it tries to go down, say there's obstacle over here at -1, so it is also invalid, right? If it tries to go to the left, sorry, if it tries to go to the right at first, because we have to consider right, then would be in the position of 0 comma 2, right? So this 2 will be decremented by 1, right? Hence it is 1. Now if the robot is currently over here, and if the robot tries to go to the left, now this it will be in 0 comma 0. Now we know that we have seen that 0 comma 0 is already visited, right? There is already 1 to it, so it is the invalid one, so we'll cross it out. So now the currently robot is over here, right? And if it tries to go up, then again it will be out of this, so it will be crossed out. If it tries to go down, then it will be in the position of 1 comma 2, right? And this will be decremented by 1, and hence it will be 0. Okay, now if the robot tries to go right from here, then it will be again invalid, so cross it out. And if it tries to go to its left, again this is invalid, so cross it out. Now the robot is currently over here, right? The robot is, and this cell, sorry, this cell also will also be visited, right? Because we have already over here, right? So we will visit. Now if the robot tries, now the currently robot is in the position of 1 comma 2, and hence this will be visited. Okay, now if the this is visited, okay, now our what is our target location? Our target location is 1 comma 2, right? And as 2 represent the ending point, right? And we have seen that this guy, there is a number of empty spaces, right? Empty squares is also 0, which means the robot has visited all the empty squares exactly once, right? Exactly once the robot has already visited this empty square, and hence this is one of our valid path, and hence we will return 1 to it. And okay, we return 1 to it. Now this is, since this is invalid, so it will be 0, this is also be 0, and this is also be 0. Okay, now when we backtrack, right, when we backtrack to this function, we're gonna sum all the three. So if we sum 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 0, it will be 1, right? Again this will be invalid, so it's 0, it will return 0, this will also return 0. Even if we sum this up on backtracking, this function will store or will give me 1, right? Again this will return me 0, this will return me 0, this will return me 0, right? On backtracking, right, this function will give me 1, and hence we have 1 valid part, such that all the empty squares is visited exactly once, right? So what is this part? This part is, you can consider this is one of the correct part, right? Now the time complexity for this algorithm will be 4 to the power n, or you can say 4 to the power m into n. Okay, where yep, 4 to the power m into n, right? Where this m is the number of rows and n is the number of columns. Now why? Now you would ask like how we have got this. Now if we consider this one of this grid, right? Okay, okay. Let's consider this grid, and let's say that the robot is over here, okay, and this toward the empty squares, and this is the ending point, right? Now over here, except one cell, right? Except this cell, you can see that for each cell, the robot has 4 paths, right? The robot can go to 4 direction, right? For this also, 4 direction, 4 direction, 4 direction. For this cell also, robot can go to 4 direction, go to 4 direction, go in 4 direction, right? For each cell, the robot can go to. Robot has 4 possible directions, right? And hence this 4. Okay. Now, since there are m cross n number of cells, right? And hence we have m cross n. If you see this, then it is like 4 cross 2 cross 2, right? Right. That means like 4 to the power 4 to the power 4, right? So those many steps the robot can take, right? Now, this is the worst case complexity. Okay. Now the space will be m into n, right? Now you'll be like, why m into n? Because we have considered a visited array over here. You can consider this is a visited array, right? And hence this will be space complexity will be m cross n. Okay. Now let's see the code for this. So so let's first traverse through each of the cell of the grid. Okay. So we can easily do that by using this vector size I plus plus. Let's traverse through the columns, so it will be less than grid of I dot size, right? And this is like g plus plus. Okay, now we need to check, we need to find the starting position, so we can easily do that by if our g of I of j is equals to 1 or not, right? So let's return a. Now there is exactly one starting position, right? So if we find a starting position, then we're going to return solve, right? Now what is it solve? Now solve will contain arguments as your grid I j. Now yeah, I j. Then we are having m. Now what is m? M is nothing but the number of rows of the grid, and then we are having the number of columns of the grid, and finally we also have this visited one, right? So visited, right? So if there is no, then it returns 0. Okay, if there is no starting point in the grid. Now let's create this function. So let's create a function solve which has vector, vector, then we have a grid, then we have a I, j, right, m, the number of rows, n, and finally we have a visitor, right? So visited. So that's it, visited. Okay, fine. So the robot can move in 4 directions, right? So let's create those functions first. So let's take 4 variables, a, b, c, and d. Okay. So let's consider the a to be the up function, that is if the robot moves in upward direction, then our I will be decremented by 1, j will be remain the same, m n will remain the same, visited will be like visited, the non-obstacles will be decremented by 1. Next, create the function for the downward movement. If the robot moves down, then our I will be decremented by 1, j will remains the same, m comma n will remain the same, visited will be visited, and this non-obstacles will be decremented by 1. Now let's create a function for the left movement. If the robot moves left, then what will happen? This time our j will be decremented by 1, right? And m will remain the same, which will remain the same. Non-obstacles will decrease by -1, right? Now let's create a function for the right movement. If the robot moves towards right direction, then j will be incremented by 1, m and n will remain the same, vt will be repeated, non-obstacles will be decremented by 1, right? Now before the robot moves over here, we need to make this the previous cells as weighted, right? So let's just make them as weighted, right? So now after they have weighted this, right, and once they have, and if they backtrack, so we need to we need to backtrack them. If they backtrack, then we need to make them as non-weighted, right? And finally we need to return the sum of it, right? So let's return the sum of 4 fields. Now after returning sum, now let's write the base conditions. So one of the base conditions will be checking for like it is safe or not. Now this function is checking whether or is it safe or not. If it is safe, then it will return true, right? So we'll be checking for like it is, if it is not safe, right? So we'll be pass the parameters as j, I, m and n, right? Or we'll be checking for like whether there is an obstacle or not. If there is an obstacle, then we will return invalid. Or we'll be checking for like if the cell is already visited or not. If it is already visited, then also will be just return from that. So return 0. Next, if our non-obstacles is equals to 0, right? That means we have, yeah, we have visited each of the empty squares exactly once, right? And also if the current cell is the ending cell, okay, then we will return 1, okay. And if this condition is not satisfied but the number of obstacles is 0, right, and then we will return 0. Now let's run this code, okay. But let's see if there is any mistake or not. So over here it will be greater than, right? So now let's run this code. So over here is a mistake. So expected expression, okay, there's a 2 times I've given comma over here. Now run this code again. Again there's a mistake. This is line number 16. Okay, again 2 times commas, right? So let's run this code now. I hope this works. Yeah, it's accepted. So the time complexity will be 4 to the power m cross n, right? Since there are 4 directions. Now in your case it may happen that the robot visited each of these cells m cross n cells, right? And while the space complexity will be m cross n, because over here we have taken a visited array, right? M cross n visited array. So I hope that you like this video. If you like this video, do give a thumbs up to the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon in order to get your latest notification first. So that's all for today. I will see you in my next video.